ocpodcasts.com.
AirWreckRadio.
Oh, it's so awful. You're going to love it.
Well, here they come again. They heard that things were happening. With mics in front of faces, their lips begin to flapping. They talk about world and local news reports, and even Steph Michaels, cause she's a doggy whore. Corey says,
Man, it's a goddamn joke. Corruption is abundant and the POTUS is a hoax.
Stacy says,
Man, I'd like to act, but Americans are lazier than most, that's fact.
So go get a bowl, a spoon, and some cereal, and sit your ass down. It's time for AirWreck Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, and thank you for choosing AirWreck Radio. We'd like to apologize in advance if there's any inconvenience caused, but we're going down.
God damn it. Destroyed me, too. Hold on. Fucking wait till them to come back and reset. God damn it. Oh, God.
Did you stop recording?
I never started.
Oh. AirWreck Radio, episode 24, take 2. Beep.
Good evening. It is the 22nd day of... What was this? I'm lost.
Trucktober.
Trucktober! Yeah. And it is the 24th, or the year 2013. Sorry, we forgot. Almost fucked it up.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to forget what year it is. God forbid. Heavens to Murgatroyd.
And it is the 24th episode of your favorite AirWreck Radio.
The only AirWreck Radio brought to you by AirWreck Radio.
Exactly, sir. We have a show of mammoth proportions.
Mammalian. Even.
Mammalian? Like,
yeah, well, like a mammoth.
Mammal? Like a dolphin?
I guess a dolphin is probably not the strongest example of what it is to be a mammal, but
it is one of the most poignant.
What about a platypus? They're mammals, right? They're egg-laying, duck-billed mammals.
I know. I thought they had life. No.
No, they have eggs.
Then they can't be a mammal.
I think they're mammals that lay eggs.
That doesn't make any sense because the definition of mammal is gives live birth.
Yeah, all the other mammals have fucking arms and legs too. But look at dolphins and whales; they get to be in the club.
They give live birth. That's what makes them mammals. And
I think it has something to do with the milk produced too. I don't know.
Who
cares, folks? Feel free to log on to your Facebook or our Twitter or email us or something and tell us what the fuck a platypus is.
Okay, Facebook.com/AirWreckRadio. At AirWreckRadio on Twitter. Or AirWreckRadio.com or AirWreckRadio at AirWreckRadio.com.
Ah, piss. Or AirWreckRadio@gmail.com because we actually check that one.
Yeah, that's true. I did plug the one that I never checked.
Oddly enough, the one that's on our own website never gets checked. Luckily, it's got like 47 letters in it, so nobody uses it anyway.
It doesn't populate to my phone. The other two.
You don't have the AirWreck Radio app? Me neither.
No, because I haven't figured out how to build apps yet. As soon as I do, we will have one.
Try Appster. I don't know if that's a real thing.
Yeah. There are like build apps for you websites.
Yeah.
But that costs money. Guess what? We don't have any of.
Skill. On a mic.
Besides that.
We're two dope MCs. Like,
yo.
Yeah.
Yo, son. Yo, what up, word, boy?
So I was reading a website.
Son? You're reading what website, son?
You got a computer, motherfucker?
I do.
You
I do have a
educated?
computer. Yeah. In fact, I have a computer, and you can tell because I'm on a podcast.
Oh, okay.
So I must have a computer,
Well,
or
at
at
least
least
it means
somebody
I
I
do.
know has a computer. And people listening, we know they have computers too, which is what makes it such a perfect time to remind them again to email us, Facebook us, tweet us, whatever your fancy is.
And I'm sure if you're listening to us, you've already given us your likes. So this is what I need you to do. I need you to go wreckhead style. And I need you to start hijacking other people's freaking Facebooks and giving us likes off other people's Facebooks. You know when your friend leaves a phone on the counter unlocked? You snatch it up real quick, Facebook bomb them. Slide on down AirWreck Radio. Real quick. Facebook bombed.
We call
What? With excellence? What?
we call that AirWreck Radio herpes.
Ooh.
Spread the plague.
Spread like a virus.
3 out of 4 people have regular herpes. Shouldn't 3 out of 4 people have AirWreck herpes too?
Ooh.
I don't know if they should. Speaking of deadly
No,
viruses.
you're wrong, sir. 4 out of 4 people should have the AirWreck.
Oh, I see. You know, I was willing to give that, like, you know, it's hard to get 100% complete.
No faith in world domination, I tell you.
God damn it, I'm bludgeoning a segue here, and I'm going to do it. You know what else you might like to bludgeon? A zombie. I
love bludgeoning zombies.
I was just reading an article that I thought was quite interesting. The headline caught me. I was reading another article that was less interesting, and this headline caught me. Animals would stop the zombie apocalypse before it started.
Okay.
The article is on io9.com, and it goes on to say I'm doing that. It goes on to say that in most zombie apocalypse scenarios, only humans are converted into shambling undead. And according to one naturalist, that's why zombie takeovers are doomed to fail. In the war between zombies and nature, nature would win. The article goes on to give examples like cheetahs.
Which would do what?
Eat zombies.
Why would they eat zombies? They smell like rotten dead flesh. Cheetahs don't eat rotten dead flesh.
How
they
about
eat live prey.
carrion birds?
Their biggest problem would be vultures.
And turkey vultures.
And it would be scavenging
Creepy
birds. That would be their
hybrid
biggest
vultures.
I've gone over this argument before.
Look at you arguing this like it's a serious topic.
I've gone over this argument before.
Fine.
The zombies will resort to eating animals in the place.
I've never seen that in a single zombie piece of fiction, but I've not seen a lot of zombie
I've seen
fiction.
a lot of zombie films. In the place that there are no humans, the zombies will resort to animals. Now, whether it's a matter of they will eat anything that moves, and you're the biggest thing that's moving right now, why they prefer humans. But they will attack anything that moves in most zombie tellings. Though the animals do never turn zombie. You never get zombie dogs and zombie cows,
which is weird.
Happen. That is a little strange.
Yeah.
It's just
it's just really hard to get the dogs
virus.
to stand still for the makeup.
Well, maybe because of the human virus. There's birds, and that's also there's hardly any makeup on realistic makeup.
You ever tried to
on a cow.
put zombie makeup on a cow?
Yeah.
They
no,
do
I haven't,
not
but I'm going to try now.
Yeah, you said yeah like you had. That's great. Argue as you will.
Sorry.
Totally wrong. The article is quite entertaining to read, and I recommend you drop by io9.com and check out some of their articles that they have. There's actually a video of a jaguar making short work of a caiman. This looks like some kind of alligator.
Oh,
I don't know why it doesn't just say alligator, because, like, I don't know the fucking difference. It's probably a crocodile. I don't know. It's
a large prehistoric-looking freaking dinosaur lizard. Got you.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, yeah, can't take care of that, no problem.
Getting its ass kicked by a jaguar.
No problem.
On the break, we're watching this video.
Hell yes. I've said it before again. Nature's perfect killing machine. The feline in any size. Like, a cat couldn't kill you. A house cat couldn't kill you.
If they weighed 10 more pounds, they could.
Hey, ooh.
I know what we're playing on this break.
God damn it, I know. I've forbidden it. But they can certainly put some damage into you. Think how small it is. Now let's go but think of what your cat could do to a mouse or a woodchuck. Now let's size it up a little bit and find a cat that's proportionate to you. Let's say a mountain lion or a tiger, small tiger. Even a lion's like too big. That's like not even fair.
No.
A mountain lion.
Lion's hardly fair.
Yeah, it would destroy you.
You would have to be a real badass.
It can see in the dark. It can hear at super distances. It's got super sharp vision.
Yeah, but listen, hold on now. If we're close up and it's well lit, we're even there.
It's got razor sharp claws on all four legs that extend longer than it needs to walk with.
Yeah.
And a razor sharp mouth full of teeth. And literally the monicum of quick like a cat. Agile like a cat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Crazy like a fox.
Yeah. Okay.
What the fox say?
What does the fox say? Sorry. What?
Sorry.
This is the second podcast I've done that in. This is bad.
Sorry. It's a really catchy song, isn't it? Yeah, cats will fuck you up. Big cats will fuck you up even worse.
Yeah, big cat's gonna end you.
Tear up a zombie.
So I don't. If it were attacked by a zombie, yes.
What if it was just like this? These zombies are encroaching on my territory because they're territorial cats. Big cats are.
If it might, and then it would totally tear a zombie to shreds. But it's not gonna hunt zombies.
No, but why would it need to? Zombies are slow and stupid. They don't really hide.
Okay, there's 7 billion people on the planet.
Hey, I'm not saying
the virus is all spreading.
I'm not saying it would be a quick process.
Well, eventually, zombies would run out of food. Even if the animals weren't a problem and they were able to eat most of the animals on the planet, they would still eventually run out of food and starve to death.
I don't think a zombie could catch any kind of animal, except for a stupid human.
They have, in the movies, they have a good
Not
chance.
fast. I'm not talking about fast zombies. I'm talking about just slow.
Even the
shambling.
slow zombies have, in movies, have a good tendency to catch dogs and horses. I don't know why that is.
Is it?
I think what happens is people try to ride the horse through the wave,
Yeah.
and then the horse gets bitten and falls, and then you're fucking boned.
I've had enough of this zombie talk.
Oh, I could do 2 breaks on zombies. I've been Coach Buck from Sports Rec and I, as his civilian name, in civilian times, I have gone over zombie virus breakout strategy.
Yeah.
Time and time again.
Got to know your X's and O's.
Exactly. I have a fairly secured concrete and steel box of seclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called My Family Business. The back room is virtually zombie proof with 2 good sniper's posts.
Can you get to the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty clear.
And it's right in the middle of all that commerce, so all the looting and shit, as long as you get there quick, what you got to, what you're going to, you're all good.
Who's looting the laundromat anyway?
No, you need to get, you're right, the location is good because you're around all the grocery stores.
You're going to loot Price Right?
All the grocery stores and supply stores for fucking survival stuff.
I recommend you loot. I actually don't recommend. I do, but only because I heard somebody who claims to be a professional zombie prepper.
All right, whoa.
Maybe not. You know what it is?
I'm a zombie
It was just one of those dumb preppers
guy.
that's like a
He's
normal
doomsday
prepper. Yeah,
prepper.
yeah.
He
That
just
one.
picked zombies.
Yeah. We're talking about zombies. Is one situation where this would come in handy. He said, "Go to the pet store, loot the pet store." Ain't
Fuck
nobody
yeah.
looting the pet store.
There's all sorts of nutrition there, buddy.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
and you don't got to go through the big fight to get it.
And gun stores are usually a good place.
Yeah, if you get there a day early. You don't want to be at a gun store on Apocalypse Day. I'm thinking you waited one day too long. So, you mentioned that you had talked about this on Sports Rec.
No, we hadn't talked about it on Sports Rec. In civilian time, we
I'm
talked
sorry,
about
you
that.
and your, yeah.
We try to keep it to sports and Sports Rec because Sports Rec's only an hour long.
How about them sports teams?
How about that local and or college sports team?
Yeah. Go local team. No, how about that Bills game? I see that we got a win.
Oh, we did what now? What happened?
We got a W.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's that?
It's one of those things we get when everything goes right and God smiles on the Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
We beat the Miami Dolphins.
Squish the fish, baby. Squish the fish.
That makes the record 7 of 11 that we've lost in the past 10 years.
No,
but we got to win this one, so it's now 5 and 7 wins to losses in the past 10 years. against Miami.
Well, okay.
Yeah, had a stat for you.
Nice.
You take that, put it on your Sports Rec show.
All right.
Tell them it's from me.
No, fuck you. It's mine now.
Well, whatever. That's fine. I don't care. I didn't actually do the research. I heard it and then added one to the wins.
You heard it while watching the television.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That happens.
Yeah, it's got sound.
Yeah, they gotta say things in between things. So.
Did you watch the game?
Yeah. Every fleeting second of it.
It's a good game.
It was
a game.
As usual, a heart-wrenching, bloodthirsty, blood-boiling game of just...
Everybody's hurt. Oh, God.
And I've backed him since day one, except for my boy, Super Mario.
Yeah.
Mario Williams, baby, he's buying it. He's getting every one of them dollars, baby.
Yeah, he's definitely
one of them $100 million.
He's out there setting people straight.
He started in the back half of last year. He only, he had a bad hand for half the last year, and he walked away with 8 sacks, I think, for the season. In half a year,
yeah,
he's already up to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's out there with something to prove.
Did you see the recalls? The reviews that went on in that game
there were a lot of reviews.
They were a little ridiculous. Here's my thing.
They weren't bad calls though.
All the calls I don't have a problem with the way any of the reviews went because they all went with the ruling on the field. If the guy has the ball, that's possession. I'm sick of this. Is it in his crook of his elbow? I'm sick of it. Pretty soon the refs are going to be out there wearing the fucking uniforms, and the guys playing the game are going to be wearing the striped shirts because we're all going to be tuning in to see what the refs say about the game. Yeah, no,
but the difference between 1 foot in and 2 foot in is fucking.
That's different. That I'm good with.
Knees down, elbows down versus feet down, hands down. A knee and an elbow causes the ball to be down, the play to be over.
Yeah.
A hand or a foot does not.
Yeah.
Oh, these are important freaking rules. So are we talking about, you're talking about total control?
I'm talking about, if the collision goes, all right, after it's down, it's not always necessarily after it's down. If the guy who had the ball going to the ground comes up and has the ball, and the ball didn't clearly come out, I don't think we need to review that. I understand their thing about getting your hand between the ball and the ground. Yes. I get that, but this elbow, did he have control of it thing? You saw it a couple weeks ago. A guy caught a ball in the crook of his arm, yeah, and because his hand was bobbing it around, it was a big review thing. Now the call went the right way, but
it's about the amount. The reason what we'll call that review to control is about the amount of movement of the ball,
yeah,
after catch. They use this thing, and it's a really loose phrase called football moves. It's in the rule books.
Yeah.
It's a very loose phrase about what whether you're bobbling, falling for the ball, or if you're switching the ball from arm to arm. That is a football move. Whether bobbling the ball, or not.
Right.
So the reason why the crook of the arm, there's no movement on the ball. If the ball pops up this way, then we don't know if you have total control of the ball. That's how they're going to call the review. Now, you're right.
I would just like to see less reviews.
The review's a little silly because they always go with the play on the field, the call on the field.
Right, so
because these guys are professional
of the
umpires. We proved that during the umpire strike.
Right. Oh, hell yeah, we did. Yes. But it's such an interruption to the flow of the game, and it's not healthy for the athletes that are playing the game because they cool down in that time.
Yeah, it is definitely a momentum loss.
It changes the flow of the game. I don't like it. They're doing too many reviews. Every completion after 2 minutes or in the 2 minute warning? Is that how it works?
Not every completion. Every score is reviewed, and every ruling on the field with controversy is reviewed.
Yeah.
And then they decide whether to call it official review.
There's something in the 2 minute warning too.
Yeah, and inside the 2 minute warning is when that happens.
Oh, all right.
Outside of the 2 minute warning, the ref or the coach has the ability to call for review.
Right. See, and I got no problem with the coaches calling for review. So would you get rid of the booth review
after 2 minutes?
I think that I would just
because like the coaches can't review after 2 minutes because it would.
I would then. Yeah, you know what?
strategy.
I would rather see the coaches get to review with the penalty.
It would become part of their, but it would become part of the timeout clock management strategy if they review. If you were allowed to review under the 2 minutes, it'd become part of clock management.
I'm just tired of the fucking game getting broken up
Yeah,
by
no,
reviews. That's all. I don't really have a solution.
Game.
I don't have a solution.
I'm just asking what your opinion was. I know you don't have an answer.
I don't.
Nobody does. It's the great NFL, and nothing makes sense.
Exactly. My opinion is I'm tired of the momentum of the game getting broken up and having to
By
sit there
bullshit.
for 2 minutes while they goddamn look at like. What a squirmy thing to make the announcers have to do is like be announcers while a guy's got his head on a TV under a cover.
Yeah, and you know what they comment on? How hot it must be.
Yeah.
Underneath the cover in Miami.
It was hot in that game. It was 93 degrees. Yeah, it's crazy.
But what are you going to do? You fill it with delightful banter. What the hell else are you going to do?
That's what they do. They give you a bunch of facts and
And they're sports guys, so they're going to observe things, and one of the observed things is, like, I like how they talk, they repeat over and over again. If he's in there for a long time, that means he's under serious consideration.
Right. No
but if
shit.
he's out there short, it usually means they're just going to go with
pretty cut and dry.
the play on the stand, play on the field stance. No shit.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for that useful suppositions. That's very helpful.
What else are they going to do? Nothing's happening. And if their producer's not feeding them new fun facts,
right.
well, what the hell are you going to do? You fill it up with bullshit banter.
Oh, you're going to watch that replay over and over and over again while America's blood boils because everybody at home made up their mind the first time they saw it, maybe the third time.
Yeah, like the second, I always wait. I want the replay. I watch it. I go, I want the replay.
Right.
See the replay.
Right.
And I live it at the bar too. If you go to a crowded bar to watch the game, half the bar, it's complete.
Yeah.
Other half the bar, he's fucking nowhere near fucking caught that.
Right.
ball. It's great. I love watching the crowds at the bar get all riled up.
Or you're at like a Bills bar and everybody's like
What's
pin
a
drop.
Bills bar?
Cricket. Dude, I've been in bars where it was like majorly the Firehouse Saloon.
But we just live in Rochester. It's just
Right.
if it's not an other team's bar, we're all Bills bar.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was a bar full of Bills fans, and the one guy I was with was a Patriots fan, and it was that game. Was that 2 years
Similar
ago?
colors, you might blend it.
It was 2 years ago when we beat the Patriots in our first meeting, and it was like a bloody beating. We
As a rule, usually
destroyed
beat them 50% of the time. We beat them.
At this particular game,
Yeah.
we destroyed them,
Yes.
and it was a great time to be in a bar.
Oh yes,
But there
that's
was
my
a
favorite-
recall or a review, and it was pin drop quiet. It was so quiet in that bar while that review was going on. And that's cool, but when I'm sitting at home
And then the call
watching
comes
and it's the
back.
third review and fucking the 2-minute warning and I'm like, all right guys, come on man, we're trying to play football here.
And then the call comes back in the bar, and it's either a, yeah,
Or shit's getting broken, yeah.
That it was 2 years ago, and that is my favorite picture of Tom Brady ever. He's got his long,
Oh
flowing,
yeah, he
pretty
looked all
locks,
sad and shit.
and he's got his helmet just above his forehead, and he has a look on his face like, what just happened to me? I mean, just
Yeah.
shock and horror and anger.
There
It's
is
just a personification of beat I love so much.
There is not much in the world that makes me happier than seeing Tom Brady's sad face.
Yeah, push Tom Brady.
Now, I like Tom Brady. I will watch him play football if he's playing football and my team's not. I'm not a Patriots fan, but they are the most exciting team in our division.
I don't know. I actually that particular word, exciting, I beg to differ this year, sir.
Oh, you like the Jets?
Nope.
The
The Buffalo Bills are by far the most exciting
God,
team in the division.
this is the
this
most
year.
high blood pressure year
Exactly.
because we had the team like everything was
everything
good.
within 7 or 3 points.
Ah,
If we win or loss, it's everything within 7 to 3 points.
yeah.
And we're one of two teams that have both scored and allowed more than 20 points per game all year. Us and the Miami Dolphins. which still stands.
That's stupid. It certainly does, though, because both teams did those things.
Yes, they did. With that, sir,
Is it time
I have to
for
pee.
a break?
Yeah, I have to pee.
Well, let's
I've
remind
actually had
people.
to pee since 13 minutes in.
Let's remind people once again
What are we reminding them of?
to please spread the word.
Oh, preach the word, the gospel.
Don't preach.
Gospel.
Don't preach.
I
Just
see
spread
preach.
the word.
I say you get out there and you get on your milk cartons,
Tell people,
and
hey,
your soap boxes.
hey, you dummy friends of mine.
Bingo.
I heard you listening to Kimberly and Beck. Let me tell you something about that show. It sucks.
You want to listen to country music? You like country music? You know what, friend? I like country music. Do you know where I get my country music from?
Pandora.
Yeah. Or iHeartRadio, or Sirius XM, or anything.
The B Morning Show doesn't suck as bad as, I don't want to say all the morning shows suck. I just wanted to say the one that I think sucks.
Which is Kimberly and Beck, which nobody even listens to the goddamn, the music sucks.
Yeah, well, it's very vanilla, friendly music for them. This isn't their plug.
That's
This
why
is
Kimberly
our
and Beck
plug.
wins. Because it's very vanilla music.
Take a day off from them. Tell your friends. Take a day off from the radio shows
And the
and listen
B-Morning
to
Club.
the podcast show called AirWreckRadio. You can find it at AirWreckRadio.com. You can find it on Stitcher. You can find it at ROCpodcast.com.
Where can you find? I'm sorry, what was that last one?
ROC Podcasts
Oh, that's that site run by that funny looking feller, that Drew
By-
Carey looking feller,
by
right?
Vinny Paulino.
Yes, our friend.
This is a wonderful Rochester place for you to find all
Awesome
your
local
best
content.
local podcasts. There are a lot of good podcasts on there.
You're gonna find more than local podcasts, though. I mean, you're gonna find all the local content. They've got the spot. The podcasts have the spots on the local comedy, on the local music, on the local sports. They've got 3 sports programs. I mean,
It's more local than anything you're going to find on the radio.
yeah, it's
Hands
great.
down.
They really got a spot on the heart of the community, and we're proud to be part of the association.
Later on in the show, we're going to talk about a couple of the shows that we've each had the opportunity to listen to that you can find on ROC Podcasts. We're going to
that's a
talk
little
about
teaser. Ooh.
we're going to talk about some of our favorite podcasts that we listen to. We're going to do a little segment that we're going to call This Week on the Pod. Maybe is the name of it. I don't know. Tentatively titled. And don't forget, of course, we're going to do headline news. You're going to love it. We got some news for you.
I really have to be.
So, P, I'm taking us out, man. Give us some that cat song that we said, and then what's the fox
Have you
say?
ever noticed when you encounter a
Can we play
cat
that?
stare at you and you
All
stare
right, well,
back
folks,
and you know
YouTube
they're
search What the
thinking
Fox Say if you haven't heard the song. If you
secret
hadn't heard the song, now it's stuck in your head.
Ever wondered,
We'll see when we come
just
back.
like me, what those secret feline thoughts might be? I suspect they were calling lessons that their mamas taught. If I weighed 10 more pounds, I could take you. Weighed 10 more pounds, you'd be mine. If I weighed 10 more pounds, well, I'd cut you down to size. Since I don't, I guess I'll run and hide. If I weighed 10 more pounds, I could drop you. I could fill your puny human heart with fear. If I weighed 10 more pounds, well, I'd play you like a mouse. Oh, but since I don't, I guess I'll let you scratch my ear. Well, if your best friend's cat jumps in your lap, as soon as you're greeted, entered, and sat, and you think he likes me as he begins to purr. Well, you tickle his ears, you rub his chin. By that time, the teeth and the claws sink in, and you realize it's evil incarnate wrapped up in fur. If I weighed 10 more pounds, I could take you. If I weighed 10 more pounds, you'd be mine. If I weighed 10 more pounds, well, I'd cut you down to size. since I don't, I guess I'll run and hide. If I weighed 10 more pounds, I could drop you. I could fill your silly human heart with fear. If I weighed 10 more pounds, well, I'd play you like a mouse. Oh, but since I don't, I guess I'll let you scratch my ear. Well, you walk your way up to your door, steps climbed, and there once more a mousy organ waits in all its glory. Is it a trophy or perhaps a threat? 10 more pounds, it'd be you I had. A bigger cat might be a different story. If I weighed 10 more pounds, I could take you. If I weighed 10 more pounds, well, you'd be mine. If I weighed 10 more pounds, well, I'd cut you down to size. Then you'd be the one to run and hide. If I weighed 10 more pounds, I could drop you. So you best be careful and always treat me right. If I weighed 10 more pounds, well, you wouldn't stand a chance. And I'm planning on putting on a little extra weight. Oh, I'm planning on putting on a little extra weight.
Hey folks, welcome back. It's time once again for Headline News.
Headline News.
So, I get a lot of headlines from various local websites like WHEC.com and
That's 13?
13. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's 10. I think. I don't know. No, WHAM is 13. I also use them.
Oh, yeah.
HEC is 10.
Yeah. Sorry, intern.
So I don't know what the other one is. And the Democrat and Chronicle. The Democrat and Chronicle has limited my ability to use their things these days.
The newspaper?
Last week it had the newspaper website.
The newspaper
website. The website for the Democrat and Chronicle.
For you to use their website?
DemocratandChronicle.com.
.com.
Last week it had told me that I had looked at a lot of articles, I don't remember the numbers, but a lot of articles, and it invited me to subscribe to the DNC.com. And I was like, I'm not paying for news. The internet's free. Well, I mean, I pay for the internet, but it's full of news.
Well, the content on the internet is free. You pay for access to the internet.
Right. So this week they shut me down. I was like a paragraph into an article, and it was like, if you want to read more, you better pony up. How much do you think?
Click Google News.
How much do you think they want?
Huffington Post.
How much for you? How much do you think Democrat and Chronicle wants per month?
Oh, I mean, it cannot be more than $6.99 a month. I mean, and that would be expensive.
Well, sir, I am afraid to tell you.
That'd be too. I mean, it's $1.50 for a newspaper.
$13 a month, which is about 44 cents a day.
It's cheaper than the daily newspaper, I guess.
Except the paper. The last time I bought a paper, it was 50 cents a day, so this isn't really a big savings to me.
It's like $1.50 for this. It's like 75
for
cents.
Sunday.
It's $1.50.
Well, it used to be. I'm not up to date.
Neither am I. When was the last time you bought a newspaper?
When it was 50 cents a newspaper during the week.
Then it wasn't $1.50 on Sunday for coupons.
Yeah, right. They want $13 a month, and I saw that because I was gonna do it. I was like, yeah, we'll check it out. We'll see how much they want, you know. And I might still do it, but it wasn't happening this week because I was instantly like, Netflix is $8 a month.
Forget D&C.
Hulu,
Netflix?
$8 a month.
$8 a month.
Yeah.
That's what I pay. I don't even have Hulu. I just have Netflix.
I recommend Hulu,
I will
but you have
eventually get
cable,
around
so
to it.
I mean, what do you don't even need it.
I don't even pay for cable. So
Yeah.
I mean, like I still.
We
But I
cancel
don't use
cable.
it. I'd actually rather have Hulu because it's more in a form that I'm a user friendly to me. I'm a child of the digital age, and I like to have my things like on demand and accessible.
What do you watch Netflix on?
My PlayStation.
And
Hulu
you don't
works
like
on
the
my
interface?
No, I love it.
Oh.
I'm saying versus cable.
Oh yeah, yeah, cable.
You said I don't need Hulu because I have cable, but I don't want to wait till 12 o'clock or DVR it and then it'll record at 12. I'm a child of the fucking digital age. I just want to go click.
I want to watch
click.
that shit when I want to watch it.
Yeah, so Hulu would be way better. Like
Yeah.
if I want to watch a TV show, I want to just watch it. So I'm going to go click Hulu.
Hulu comes with ads. You do get ads, but it's only 2 commercials per normal commercial break. So like when a TV show goes to a commercial break, they play 2 commercials. It's a really
And you're still
limited
paying
scope
your
of commercials. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Netflix does not give me any ads.
none whatsoever.
Not one, outside of their own pushing their own stuff in picture form.
Yeah,
On stuff like banner stuff, like their House of Cards and their Orange is the New Black and all their original content. They push in banner form in places.
Speaking of Orange is the New
Very
Black,
unobtrusive though.
that chick that played Donna in that 70s show is in that. She looks terrible.
Really?
Yeah, they made her a brunette
Ew.
and put glasses on her. Horrible looking.
I'd probably still do her.
Me too, but I mean that's just because I would,
I'd put my sausage in her because she has a pulse. Is she alive? Is she a female?
I was thinking more for bragging rights, but whatever.
Whatever. Semantics. Dude, I heard that Netflix, I think it was the Atlantic Post, Netflix has more subscribers than HBO.
I believe that. You can't just subscribe to HBO.
That's a good point, too.
You have to have cable.
Well.
You have to have Vios or something.
Cable sucks.
Cable does
Even
suck.
satellite sucks. It all sucks. I mean, as far as viewership. I mean,
yeah, no, it's all. I mean,
view.
cable and satellite are the same fucking thing. It's all the same channels telling you when to watch, what you're gonna watch. Watch their advertisers tell you what to buy.
And it's all the same thing. It's all the same shows on all 3 and all the same advertisers.
7,000 channels, but it's really
4.
There's 70 channels that you might watch.
There's 4 channels on that satellite I watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yep.
One of them is Comedy Central.
Which you can get most of their stuff at their website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, South Parks.
Yeah.
As soon as they air them, they put them on the website.
Yeah. Well, that's because Trey Parker owns the South Park stuff. So, Comedy Central doesn't own that.
Yeah. So he
was smart and owns his own shit.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Own your own content is the key to any contract.
Sometimes. I think sometimes it's not the right thing to do. I don't have a citable.
You know what? Your first contract, it's not possible.
Right.
They want your content. Your second contract, if you did well, screw you, I keep my own content.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
So there's some fun stuff about Netflix.
Netflix is doing incredible, dude.
They are providing the future of
They're
of
taking over the
entertainment. Really.
freaking world. They had a 10% growth, something like that, in the market. They just released their third quarter earnings, which were ridiculously high, and their stock jumped 10% overnight.
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm just going to lay this out for any Netflix executives that happen to be listening to the show today.
And they say that the
Guys, if you
stock
feel like
must
you could be
split.
doing just a little bit better, I have a podcast that would love to advertise for you.
sure would.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure would.
we're guaranteed to get you a couple more users.
Netflix that we both use and love.
Yeah.
Analysts say that the Netflix stock about to split. So the rec heads, get in on it.
Yep.
Get in on it this very second. Go now.
Buy
Go
stock
now.
somehow.
Go now. Buy 5 shares. Whatever. It'll be 10 shares overnight if this is true. Go now.
That's your inside financial tip from AirWreck Radio.
Who has
AirWreck
no idea what
Radio.
they're talking about.
Has no idea how to invest in stocks.
Not properly.
Mm-mm. But it's a good plan.
My grandfather always told me invest local.
Like Netflix.
No, back in those days he meant Kodak, Xerox, Bausch & Lomb.
And back in those days, he would have been right.
Absolutely. 100%
Nowadays,
correct.
not so much.
Exactly.
Did you hear that Xerox was partially responsible for a major set of failures at that Utah NSA saving that
What
their
now?
big data compiling plant had a
No, bullshit. What for now that my setup? No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
you know the NSA's giant storage facility in Utah?
Yes.
It's huge. It's ridiculous. It's like a
Their
Boeing
server
plant or
storage.
something. I don't
Yes.
know. They have been wrought with a huge amount of mechanical failure to their electronic device. Yeah.
There's a water leak somewhere.
And Xerox Corp had a lot to do with that.
Whoops.
Yeah. Oops. I don't have a source for that or anything like that. It's something I heard, and it just came up just now. So that's all there is to say about that.
Oh God! I hope somebody just lit a match. I hope it does. I hope mechanical failure is a cover up.
Oh, it was
Somebody went in there and planted a virus, and it's eating away at their servers.
No,
They
it
can't
was
stop
hardware malfunction. It was all hardware stuff, like
That's what the man's
major.
feeding you, man.
Well,
I'm
whatever,
telling
fine,
you.
whatever. And Ariel Castro, there's no way that guy died beaten off with a belt around his neck. Sure.
If I'm not careful, I'm going to turn into Alex Jones. I'm telling you, dude.
You are. It's just, hey, Corey, the sky is blue. That's what the man tells you.
In 1962, the sky was not blue.
Yeah,
The sky was purple.
gray. I see the pictures. It used to be gray.
But the government has been feeding you chemicals in your water and in your food to distort your perception and put you under mind control.
Hell yeah, fluoride, man. That shit'll eat your brain or something. I don't know. Clean your
what?
teeth, eat your brain. Fluoride, your fluoridated water. Makes you dumb.
I know, I was making it dumb.
I think the fluoride makes it dumb all by itself. At least that's what I heard on some completely irrational guy that you were just talking about.
Jesse Ventura?
No.
Because he's been screaming about that fluoride in the water. Are you Alex Jones?
Hey,
is who I was
not
talking
for
about.
out there. Jesse Ventura has been screaming, period.
Jesse the body or Jesse the brain?
Oh, I think one
Jesse
of
the
those
Body,
two
the
is a fictional
1980s.
character.
Jesse the Body was the 1980s wrestler, professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Jesse the Brain was the 1990s relevant governor of
Arizona.
what was it?
Wasn't it?
No.
Colorado? I don't know.
No, I have no idea.
Not
A
New
state
York.
in this union that's not New York.
Not Pennsylvania. Not Texas.
But we live in a state. We're not supposed to give a shit about the governors in any other state. we're supposed to give a shit about our state. That's why they're called states. You have options.
You still want to know what your neighbors are up to.
To a point.
To the point of knowing who their governor is.
I
Like the governor of Pennsylvania. Pawtucket Phil.
Really?
Puxatawny Phil, I'm sorry.
Pawtucket Phil.
Yeah, Pawtucket Phil.
Really?
In Pawtucket.
Now you're talking to a guy who, I don't know, an episode, I don't know, made a Groundhog's Day reference.
In
Joke.
the first episode of this show, you made a Groundhog's Day reference.
Really? Did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh my god, I gotta pull that.
Yeah. No, you don't. It wasn't that good.
In episode umpteen or another, I used the hacky radio guys in the intro.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'd recall that you did that.
Yes.
I'd like to,
I was loving that movie about Pawtucket Phil.
I'd like to quickly rewind, if I could, and get us back on track with a segue that I should have taken. So I'm going to go back, and you had said you shouldn't care so much about what other states do. You should be worried about your state.
I didn't want to come
No,
off
I'd like
closed-minded,
to pick up with the fact that you're right. Let's care about our state.
First,
Our state is debating casinos right now. Have you heard that they're...
I have not heard. Well, I mean, it's been an epic argument since I was a little kid whether they were going to open a casino in Rochester or not.
I heard recently, now I don't have citable things with it, but I heard something about Henrietta was looking like a possible...
Well, these are for state-regulated casinos, right? Not Indian casinos?
Not Indian casinos.
State-regulated
Whether
casinos.
they're private or state...
Well, even they would be a private organization, but they'd be state-regulated. There's strict gambling laws.
State supported is something I've heard bantered about, but
Supported?
never like actually. I never in one article read that
Why
they
not?
would be, only that they could be, and that was only in
Well,
people trying to tell you that casinos are bad.
Government has the racket on gambling, which is numbers, which poor people invented anyways. Government's been every state in the freaking union has a lottery.
Yeah.
And most of the provinces in Canada.
A moment, if you would, to give people an idea of what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I found an Associated Press story that talked about the what the opponents and the proponents of New York State casinos, what their arguments are.
All right.
So the opponents,
Who is this?
the Associated Press.
Okay, okay, that's the source of the article. They're not opposed to the casino.
No, they're presenting what the proponents and the opponents say.
Oh, okay, I follow you. I'm sorry.
So, obviously, your proponents would say things like, "It creates jobs."
Hundreds of them.
Certainly, hundreds of them.
It brings tourists.
Plus support jobs for like new bus drivers and security officials and hotel stay jobs. I mean, it creates more than just.
Point here?
Huh?
May I make a very valid point here?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay. How many times have you hear reference or we're going to do this great thing? We're going to Vegas, baby.
Yeah,
We're going to Vegas, baby.
that's not going to change if we get a casino in Rochester.
We're going to Vegas, baby. It's a weekend in Vegas. We're not talking about Rochester, though. Fuck Rochester for a second.
I'm just saying, nobody's
Not fuck
ever going to
Rochester.
say, we're going to Rochester,
Hashtag
baby.
Rock, baby. No. But New York City with casinos. Think of the tourism that would draw.
Do they need more tourism?
Who cares? New York
point.
needs the tourism.
Good point.
They can't all stay in this big city, so they're going to stay in the suburbs around it. And it's not great for Western New York, but what's good for the goose and good for the gander and all that. It would create huge tourism. It creates. Think about it. Think of how many people you know go to Batavia Downs,
Batavia Downs, for
or
example.
go to the Seneca Niagara,
Yeah.
to go gambling. At the end, that's tourism.
Right.
They left where they are and went somewhere else in some other town and spent money.
Yes.
On a local, I mean, there's local tourism too.
Opponents say that having big gambling centers makes people geographically close to it more likely to be gamblers, and that's like their big. Yeah, right. Doesn't that break your brain a little bit? Like, of course they're more. Listen, if I live next to Walmart, I'm more likely to shop at Walmart. That doesn't mean. I mean, it does mean that Walmart's an evil corporation, but we let it go on. Like,
I would like to point out a blaring fact.
oh please,
That the lottery that I pointed out earlier is
yeah.
gambling at its umpteenth degree.
Yeah.
It's literally gambling in every way. I mean, to fantasy. It's to random number draws. It's the most gambling thing you could imagine.
Yes.
And I don't believe that the demographic of people changes between urban areas and rural areas. As far as percentage of people, on a per capita level, who play the lottery. I'm gonna guess it's somewhere near 60%.
I'm sorry, I was
Per capita,
clicking things.
per capita,
Yeah.
rural or urban. I'm gonna guess it's probably somewhere around 50 to 60%.
People
play
that play the lottery.
Yeah. Now the reason why you would put
I feel like that might be high, but
it might be a high number.
I'm
but I
willing
might
to
be
say that
being
it's
a
probably
pessimist.
pretty close.
Now the reason why, clearly you wouldn't put a casino in the middle of the cornfields of Idaho. There's no people there.
If you build it, they will come, Corey.
If you create 200 jobs with a town of 1,500 people, I bet you have a help wanted sign in the window.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're going to build it in the cities where the people are. Of course they are.
In the suburbs where the people are is actually where they're going to build them.
Yeah, that's
the
actually
cities are already pretty full.
with places that people don't want to be.
People don't want to go to. Yeah, right, exactly.
Urban decay and all that.
Now, there is the one point that has me kind of agreeing with the no casino people is because, like, they're talking about putting one in Henrietta.
I see your point here.
Well, maybe I don't. Not in my backyard is not something I usually like to think about, but in this situation, I'm kind of like, not in my backyard.
I agree with you, but on a different level, and this has happened before. I don't care about my backyard. If the casino's there, that's fine with me. But my point would be is that the casino, a big lavish casino, would be a much better project for, I don't know, Midtown?
Or Irondequoit Mall.
Irondequoit
High
Mall
Falls is a good place, yeah.
High Falls would be a great place with that backdrop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, would that look good in pictures?
Very touristy.
Yeah.
The Holiday Inn would love it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The Hyatt.
There's better places for our city's purposes, our area's purposes that you could put it. They'd be better served than Henrietta. Henrietta already has a thriving local economy.
Now, where they're talking about putting it in Henrietta, because I heard that they were talking about putting it in Henrietta, and I was like, oh my God, they're going to put it in the fucking dome. And I was, that would suck.
No, they won't.
They're going to put it in...
It's too big. I mean, think how big these things are.
You know where the Frontier building is? Next to Saginaw Plaza on Jefferson Road?
Yes.
Bryant and Stratton College is there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Dial America's there. That was one of my first
Dial
jobs.
America, yeah. That is also, there are a lot of terrible places to work in that plaza.
What? Can I interest you in Verizon DSL internet service?
Whoa. That's taking it back, way back. So that's where they're talking about putting a casino if they put one in Henrietta.
Right there. See, that seems like all right, maybe it's okay.
That's
space.
pretty out of the way.
It's a big building. It's not too far out of the way. I mean, it's out of the
not
way,
so far out of the way. It's not. You know what it's not going to do is it's not going to interrupt your ability to commute in Henrietta.
Well, see, now that's certainly not going to be in your backyard. That's a little more in my backyard than yours.
It's not even. It's not in.
And it's not even my backyard.
And not either one.
It's not like they built it in the 9th grade academy. But again, you're right. That's not a bad place for it. And Henrietta's a booming place. But exactly that is Henrietta's local economy on a local level is booming. They're constantly building commerce and commerce and commerce.
Oh yeah, they're fine.
Cars are packed. It'd be a better move for the place around it if you went to the city.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe people would want to go to the city again.
Except for, I don't think you're going to get people to want to go to the city because, like, red light cameras, dude, and parking fees, and tow-away zones and crime. And
Why are you talking about New York City and Boston?
I was actually just talking about Rochester.
But do you see the
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
did
know.
you see where I went with that? Did you see where I went with
But
that?
you see, cities like New York City and Boston are not really dependent on their suburbs to keep their cities healthy. The cities do it themselves. They have enough population to hold themselves up. They're not. The surrounding areas don't have the influence that like Gates and Irondequoit and Webster and Shiloh and Henrietta, of course, have on Rochester. Like all the people in Gates and stuff like that, nobody goes to Rochester for anything. We pass through Rochester. There's nothing to go there for except for like bars, but then you're gonna get a Dewey. I guess there's culture. There's museums and shit too.
There's tons.
I'm not trying to take away from the fact that I agree with what you're saying. It would bring tourism to Rochester.
The city.
I don't think it would bring your locals in, which actually should appease the people who are the opponents to this, is that it won't bring the locals in.
And if you
locals know better.
You had an idea, and it just kind of formulated in my head.
How did I have an idea in your head?
It formulated in my head.
Huh.
You had the idea that kind of dripped into my skull. The Medley Center, or whatever the fuck it's called now, Irondequoit Mall.
The disaster in Irondequoit.
Yeah.
Not the Irondequoit Bridge, the other disaster.
If you're gonna do it, baby, you do it big. You pull out the big dick and you fucking do it. You know how big that building is?
I think it's a little too big.
But you could make it into a hotel and mall and casino.
Yeah.
You could make it a world class huge thing.
Put a water park in there. Seabreeze South.
The world's biggest casino.
This idea is trademarked. AirWreckRadio.
Yeah. Who's gonna come with the funding for this thing?
The guy that owns that shit that can't do a fucking thing with it.
He's gonna come up with the funding for that idea.
He's already got the fund.
In that neighborhood.
He's already got the building.
Exactly.
So you might ask, who are the opponents of gambling? Of real casinos?
Who doesn't want to make fucking more money? What communistic bastards or socialist sons of bitches don't want to make any more tax money?
They're called the Institute for American Values.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, American socialistic communist values.
The Institute of American Values.
At least they didn't say Christian values.
Values are only American if we tell you what they are.
And they came down from their Lord Jesus Christ.
They're actually not terribly religious. They're just moral high grounders.
Really? I have a hard time believing that anything with the American values in it isn't a bunch of right-wing Republican Christians.
I have a hard time believing what you like. I read quite a bit on their page today, and I found them to be not terribly... I mean, not at all religious. They certainly, I'm sure that they probably in their private lives go to church, but they didn't beat you up with religion at all.
Well, fair enough then.
They beat you up with this idea of a common American morality that revolves around not gambling.
That loans some what's the word I'm looking for? Value to their statement. So I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Not value. Credence.
They're
Credence
not without
is the
credence.
Word. Yeah. Clearwater Revival.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. They have on their website, AmericanValues.org, they have available to you several pieces of reading about one, for example, is Why Casinos Matter. I actually read most of this today. They charge $5 if you want a physical copy, but the PDF is free. No, the PDF is free. I was initially out. I saw $5 and I was like, I'm not going to make any money with that $5, but if I spent that at a slot machine, I might make money. But then I found out that the PDF was completely free. You can just go and read
and back in
and learn what their points were about why casinos are a bad idea in New York. And they had some things to say that were not out and out stupid, but most of their things were about how poor people are too stupid to know any better. Well, here's the thing. That's freedom. If you don't want to be too stupid to know any better, smarten yourself up. Go to places like AmericanValues.org and read a little bit and see if you agree with them. And if you agree, then maybe that's smartened you up enough to know to stay out of the fucking casino because you're bad at gambling.
See, now here we're talking. This is why we agree with this, because you're very Republican, I'm very Libertarian, and you're like, I think a lot of the stance of this is good for jobs, this is good for the economy, this is good for the market. You even have a good, strong opinion about the position of it in more of a thriving market than a dying market. And I'm more of a, I don't give a fuck if people gamble or not. It's their lives, not mine.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm right there with it. I don't care.
You know why I know that? I am a bad gambler. Don't do much gambling. Never have. You know why? Because I did a lot of smoking. Just one example of my mindset. I went from one cigarette to a pack of cigarettes overnight.
I see.
In no time at all, I was a 2-pack-a-day smoker, 3 on a bad day.
Yeah.
When I went from 0 to 100 instantly.
3 that's 30 cigarettes in a day.
On a bad day.
Gross.
I quit smoking and haven't looked back. You know why? 100%. 0 to 100 instantly.
Yeah. And then back to 0.
It's everything in my life. When I was a kid, I was addicted to television. I'm addicted to shitty foods. That explains my girlish physique. I'm a very addictive person. And I can't gamble. Are you kidding me?
That's the same thing that would keep me out of a casino.
I can't. I know I can't gamble.
I could see just sitting there and shoveling money into the slot machine. But then
all I'd have to do is win once, and I'd be back next weekend.
I feel like I'm too scrutinizing to use a video slot machine anyway, because like
I want to play cards.
That's retarded. To just sit there and put money into a computer on the promise that the programming is fair.
You know, I want to play cards.
Play cards, thank you.
I want to play poker or blackjack. I want to play cards.
I'd play blackjack. You know what? If we had a casino, I'd go there now and again, and I could even potentially become addicted to gambling on blackjack.
I don't think I would. I think I'd go to watch.
But that's not on.
It's scary.
That's not on the casino. That's on me. That's my choice.
Oh, clearly.
And I don't need a casino to play blackjack. I could play blackjack here.
But that's exactly the point. It's not the casino's choice. It's not the government. It's mine. If I can't handle myself, I can't handle myself.
Yeah.
And then if I can't handle myself, it's my problem to go seek help and renewal and solutions.
It's just silly to me to have laws against things like casinos, especially when we we have Indian Nation casinos. And that's perfectly fine because obviously they
counter argument
have their own. Well, what do you think is the counter argument there?
Is that if you had in New York a great fund of money for the Indian tribes and peoples are their casinos that they're the only ones allowed to have on their sovereign land. If you had state-funded government casinos or even private casinos that were state-sanctioned or regulated right down the street, who the hell's going to Seneca Niagara anymore? Other than they have like great entertainment and guests and all that kind of great.
I think that it might actually bolster the market for them. I think there's a good probability that executed correctly, it could actually be helpful to them.
I think Tom Golisano's casino would be a big danger to Batavia Downs, which is not Indian, but it is local.
That's they have horse racing.
They have horse racing and video slots.
They also have shows.
But the video slots are a big pull, and I'm saying
yes.
That local
the video slots actually make up between 40 and 60% of their revenue, which is huge.
If you put one in the backyard, guess what, dude? Addicts are going to go the easiest route.
Hell yeah.
Straight up.
But you're going to have addicts anyway. You're going to have, and you know what?
Yeah. I'm just saying it might draw away from the Indians, which is a major revenue, or their casinos. It might draw away from any casinos in the state.
Whoa. Well, guess who doesn't plow my roads?
Well, yeah, I know. That's
Indians
a fair point.
don't plow my roads.
Also, whose roads were they? Where are those roads?
They didn't have roads.
What?
They had trails full of piers.
All right, this is like one of the few white liberal guilt things I got to pony up to.
You know,
I got a soft spot.
Do you know how many Indians I killed?
Zero. Me too. I agree.
0.
I agree. But I do have a soft spot for, like, what the hell happened. I mean,
Oh, sure.
an entire extermination of a race.
Certainly not the right way to go about plundering a continent, but what
Trying to
is the
exterminate
right way
race
to do
was
that?
on it already? That was real good.
It was a different time. You know?
You're right.
You
You're
gotta-
right. But I'm a little white liberal guilty about that.
But there's
one,
nothing
okay?
you can do about it. What's done is done. It's done. So what fucking difference does it make to
It's
putting
just
a casino? I understand.
It's just a counter
I
argument.
know,
You
you're
know
right.
I'm pro casino.
But suddenly you're all mushy over fucking 200-year...
It was a thought. It was a thought.
And you're right to have it, and I can't argue it without sounding like an absolute dickhead.
It
So
is kind of a loaded thing.
let's
Where if you argue it, you come off as a bigot, no matter how eloquently you argue it.
move right along.
Oh, right.
I read that Honeywell Falls is getting a Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, really?
What, really? You don't like that idea?
Okay.
You grew up in Honeywell Falls.
I grew up in Honey Falls. And Honey Falls is very strict
Yeah.
about no drive-through, nothing, no fast
Yeah.
food, no nothing.
I think that sucks.
I know, but it's a quaint little town, and it's got a good image, and they're just gonna corporate it to shit, turn it into Henrietta.
It is now that I can get on board with. It is a quaint little town that's got shit to do in it. There's nothing going on in that town.
Trust me, I grew up there. That's why I like to drink beer and do drugs, because that's what you do.
They have a bowling alley.
Yeah, Bronco Bowl, fucking great. Good, great time.
Dunkin' Donuts isn't
Great
going to hurt
owners.
that.
No.
Mm-mm. Might actually help it. Probably not.
They
but
got a restaurant. They got a pizzeria in the
yes, they do.
Broncos. Used to be Shells. I don't know what the hell it is now.
I don't know either, but they
I
do.
mean,
They do
Shells,
still
dude,
have.
This was 20 years ago. It was Shells Pizza.
They do still have a restaurant in there.
Do they? Yeah, good.
When I was there most recently, they were not serving any food at all. We had to go to Salvatore's to get food.
You didn't go to Guida's?
Nope.
It's the next building down.
Whatever. Didn't. Went to Salvatore's. I don't know why. It's just where we went. Just where we went.
Okay. Do you know where Bronco? We're killing the listeners here. Do you know where Bronco is?
Yeah.
Next to that is Dipper Dan's. Next to that is the Honey Falls Marketplace.
Yeah.
In that plaza is Guida's Pizza.
Yeah, I know where it is. It's right in the next to the grocery store. Yeah.
Oh, it used to be down in the end when I was a kid, but yeah,
It's also next to the liquor store.
good place.
Yeah.
Good time. Maybe I'll have to wander in Honey Falls one of these days for lunch. It is close enough.
Well, good news. You'll be able to get a cup of coffee while you're there.
Hey, Dunkin' Donuts. Where are they putting it?
I don't
tell
know.
you?
See, it doesn't. They don't have that yet.
I'm the only one who cares. None of our listeners give a shit. I'm sorry.
There was a 4-1 vote by the Honeywell Falls Village Board
well, the board spoke.
that
They're the ones that
approved
voted
the
it
zoning
down.
changes required to allow this to happen. They still don't have. I don't believe they have a location. They certainly don't have plans or anything. Like you get zoning laws changed before you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the whole thing.
Just
They keep it
settle.
out with zoning law.
Yeah.
The only thing when I was a kid, the only thing that had a drive-through was the bank.
Yeah.
And there was a big hubbub about it.
Those poor people at Mollier Chevrolet
Well, yay.
have no
Chevrolet.
Dunkin' Donuts to go. Like, if they want a coffee, they gotta go to the fucking gas station and get some stupid powdered bullshit.
All they got to do, sir, is shoot right across the street to the Honey Falls Marketplace, which is a great selection of gourmet coffee. I worked there for years.
I've been in that marketplace recently. It's not the
Not what it
it's
was
not the
20
worst
years
market
ago?
I've ever seen. It's no Wegmans, but it's better than Tops.
It was a Bell's before it was Honey Falls Marketplace.
Yeah, that's what it used to be.
It was a Bell's.
Yeah. It looks a little bit like a Surefine. It's far better than a Tops. I would go there before I went to Tops,
But you got
especially
less than
Tops
Wegmans.
and
They were
Avon.
going for knockoff Wegmans is what they were going for.
It's a nice little grocery store for a small town.
Mendon Meadows Marketplace is its sister store.
I'm just saying, I don't always want to get out of the car for a fucking coffee. I just want to go through a drive-thru, get coffee and a goddamn croissant sandwich. God damn it. More importantly, sometimes when I leave my house to go to a drive-thru place, I don't necessarily want to go to Henrietta, even though it's closer. Traffic and caps and stuff like that. And
Fair
Not
enough.
that cops is really an issue.
Avon's a
I'm
little
32
too
years
far.
old now. Cops aren't the issue they used to be for me, but
Avon's a little too far because Avon's got director coffee license on it.
and everybody's so miserable. Yes, they do. But everybody's so miserable in Avon.
Yeah, sure do.
They all got sour pusses on and shit. I don't want to go to Avon.
Except for the two black people. They've got really wide eyes and they move their head a lot. Huh? What?
I'm not even touching
Where?
that. Ew, how did we get here?
There's an awful lot of honkies in this motherfucker.
So I thought that was pretty cool that that Honeyway Falls is getting a Dunkin' Donuts.
I think it's shit.
You're welcome to your opinion.
Yeah, you too.
I'm pretty excited about that. Although you think it's shit, I'll be able to get coffee in Honeyway Falls when I'm ever there.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm gonna lie. I like me a big and toasty. I like a sausage, egg, and croissant like the next guy. I just have a little particular thing to Honeyway Falls, so I'm gonna be a little pissed about it.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. I wish it was a Taco Bell.
Oh my god, that was the point I was gonna make, and I forgot. And thank you for bringing it back up with the Taco Bell loop around. When I
Let's
was a
taco
kid-
about it.
When I was a kid, we had several petitions happen to the town council to get a McDonald's, to let McDonald's move in.
Yeah.
Which were all denied.
McDonald's would be a terrific employer in that area.
Next step. That's the next one. Dunkin' Donuts. Next step, McDonald's.
Yeah, once they let
promise
one
you
in.
that's the next one there.
I was a little surprised that it wasn't a McDonald's.
Yeah.
I'm
Dunkin'
glad
Donuts
it's
is a little
not
middle of the road.
a little bit. Yeah, you can
McDonald's
stuff them
is
into
like
a gas
the big
station.
corporate monster. Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts is like the smaller corporate monster.
Thank God it's not a Tim Hortons.
They already have a Rite Aid, so that was like they're not a monster. They're just corporate because they help people. They've got medicine.
They're
not a
Rite
monster.
Aid. Sucks. Oh no, their Dollar General sucks.
And then like the Tractor. Then there's the Tractor Supply Store, which isn't corporate. It's a local chain.
I've never been in their Tractor Supply. I've always
Tractor
just been
Supply
like, I can't believe they
rules.
have a Tractor Supply here.
That's all new, dude. They didn't have.
Oh,
any of
it's-
that shit
it's
when I was a kid.
clearly
That was
new.
all a field when I was a kid.
So this is enough, I think, on
Oh
the
my god,
Honeyway
yeah, you're
Falls.
right.
Folks,
oh my
get out
god,
to
this is
Honeyway
bad.
Falls and see it while it still doesn't, before it gets corporately ruined.
Go down to the Four Corners, check out the falls, take a picture. It's beautiful.
It's a very beautiful town. It's going to look great with an Applebee's in 4 years. So I
your
think,
neighborhood grill.
yeah, I think to close out headline news, I'd like to just let everybody know that yes, we know the government is back to its normal level of inefficiency.
All right, instead of its total bottomed out level,
They are working for 3 months.
and then back to quitting.
And then they're probably going to quit again. Although most of the top Republicans say, no. This was a one time. We learned our lesson.
Are you kidding me?
We'll see in 3 months.
Are you kidding me?
About? Am I kidding you, or are they kidding you?
Them.
Okay.
Them.
I was
knew you were
confused as to
serious.
who you were talking to.
Fair enough. But I felt that you were serious. It's them. Are they kidding me?
They might be. They might not be. It's hard to tell because, they got primaries and stuff coming up, and they gotta
Oh, that's a good point.
they
That might
gotta
keep
win
them
their
back in the-
elections, and so we're gonna.
Fun fact, and I don't know how true it is, but I heard the number.
Oh, I love
74%.
facts that we don't know how true they are.
I heard the number on the radio. 74% of all Americans are at this point would be happy to see their local congressman elected out of office. It doesn't matter what party, who they are. 74% of all Americans would like to see their local congressman elected out of office.
I heard a number like that too. That was about how a vast percentage of the American populace
I don't care who takes over.
says, "I don't
Get
care.
this asshole
These
out
guys,
of here.
every one of them, got to go. I don't care if they're
Gotta
guilty
go.
or not. Get them out of there." The poll
Start
I saw
fresh.
was it was between 50 and 60%, which is huge in a nation where 51% elects the president.
Mhm. 50.759999.
Right. So between 50 and 60 is huge.
a big
74
number.
is not the number I heard, but if it is a number that's getting bantered around, they're all just spun numbers anyway.
Numbers.
So the government's working again. Hooray. NASA can get back to work. That's
yay.
exciting.
That's good. NASA. Perfect tease for next break.
When we come back, we're actually going to talk about some NASA-related things, some outer spacey stuff.
Do you see how fucking good we are?
I see it every week when I listen to the show.
It's amazing how good we are. That just should happen all by itself.
I know.
Awesome.
So let's take a break.
I got a cramp.
Oh, you got an awesome cramp?
No,
yeah, from patting yourself on the back. I dislocated my shoulder. Makes it a lot easier to pat myself on the back that way. So, folks, hang in there through the break. Enjoy some music and some promo stuff and some stuff. And we'll see you on the other side where we're going to talk about space and stuff.
Space, and we're going to go. We got some questions from MikeHall.com.
We haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Goth girls, they're the girls that go to see the nerdcore rapper with the geeked out flow with the show. You can see the black lace on parade. I met 100 dozen of them. Hello, I was wondering how goth is my frock. I got this thing for horror movies and mope rock, but I can't shock my hair up, I ran out of stock. And just like that, a front a lot ran out of talk. It was tragic, unheard of, never seen me out of rhymes when they usually come into fatigably. But me here talk good? No, bad talk do. Like my tongue got encrypted right before I lost root. Like my small talk got box rocked on a prior boot. It's moot, she only dates guys and chokes and dots, not brutes. Lacking eyeliner like I lack. But look, I'll put a little on plus lip shellac just to stand next to that and dream about love. Of necessity, that has always had to be enough. Cause I can't talk to goth girls, I just stare and stammer. My name is MC Framer. Damn her if she giggle, damn her double if she laugh. Goth girls like it when you double damn it twice fast. Goth girls are the girls that go to see the nerdcore rapper with the geeked out flow at the show. You can see the black lace on parade. I met 100 dozen of them, but I ain't got laid. Got shunned by her at the Rocky Horror premiere. She steered clear of the nerd crowd, but I heard loud in my ear the disdain that she held for my type. Always geeking on the Computron. I get hype on the stage. She might notice me then and observe that I'm ironically hip in some flip universe. In her purse in patent leather held in fishnet glove could think contain MP3 player with the front filled up. Her name is Nightshade. Yo, don't call her cherry tomato. She look like Paisley Tinkle, but poisonous like torpedo. She says her hair got attacked cause it's black and it's blue. She got the Johnny the homicidal maniac tattoo. Legs deep in the boots all up on the heels. Yes, the kind to make a certain type of fetish squeal. The ordeal I endure this close to her splendor, besieged by my shyness. Tried this, I surrender and render my intentions in the usual way. Home alone, suicide girls up on the cathode ray. Goth girls are the girls that go to see the nerdcore rapper with the geeked out flow at the show. You can see the black lace on parade. I met 100 dozen of them, but I ain't got laid. My woman tell me that I shouldn't be covered in. I tell her, yo, you better get in a covenant. It's like, eek, I get to sleep on the couch for a week, all watching old Elvira videos on TV. Yeah, he, laugh it up. You don't live like I do, at the mercy of any sister with wrist scars and black eye glue. I've tried to get into cheerleaders and failed. Banana repugnant and tan, so bland and so stale. Fail myself at the local cafe like a clover. Thumb through Camus in French, which I can't read, but so what? I think that goth could flower in nerdcore's embrace. I mean, I converted Edward Gorey's lettering into a typeface. Befriended vampires on LJ and MySpace. Even put that spooky echo filter on the bass. But I can't talk to goth girls, I just stare and stammer. My name is MC Framer. Damn her if she giggle, damn her double if she laugh. Goth girls like it when you double damn it twice fast. Goth girls are the girls that go to see the nerdcore rapper with the geeked out flow at the show. You can see the black lace on parade. I met 100 dozen of them, but I ain't got laid. Goth girls are the girls that got their soul stuck somewhere between the kettle and pot. For a lot, been enamored of them since I was young. Met 100 dozen of them, never ever humped one.
Finally, a show for the people. Men of such sensitivity and caring.
And I'm sorry to any of our black listeners.
We have black listeners? Men of such professionalism and style.
Clearly, I fucked up.
That's what it looked like when you were in control.
Alright, now shut up.
Men of integrity. I was more worried about midget porn, but you have a good point about,
I was trying to be, to reach the broader audience than the...
I don't do that. And men of courage.
You fucking kidding me?
Oh my god, we're terrible at this.
It can only be AirWreckRadio.
Thank you for joining us on AirWreck Radio and holding through the wonderful musical interlude. God damn it, I did it again.
Forgot to press record?
No. Fucking radio voice.
Yes, you did. It's okay, I do it too. On all my bringbacks, I do it too.
I try not. I'm trying.
I don't know why you would.
Damn it.
Screw it.
Yeah. Alright, welcome to AirWreck Radio. You're just listening to music that were things that people that we've had on the show or something. We wanted to talk about things.
What kind of things?
Like, I don't know, rocks that circle hot things.
Sky things.
Sky things!
Yeah.
Dun dun dun. Rocks circle hot things and smash into other things.
Who's going first?
Who's on what?
I am not doing that Abbott
No?
and Costello bullshit ever again. Ever.
Alright, you go first. Yours is bigger.
Alright. So, they recently found an independently floating planet. It doesn't have a star. It was discovered...
Kind of creepy.
A little bit.
Like, does it move?
Everything moves. Do you,
I mean, get the point.
It...
It's not caught in orbit, it's hard
Well,
to think of that, but that's the point.
It's got, its galactic orbit.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really have, because it's not in the solar system, so it doesn't have,
a solid orbit, that's why I had a hard time wrapping my head around it.
That's what makes it a rogue planet, is that it's not orbiting
It's
a
hard
star.
to understand that the solar system itself is fucking moving.
Yeah, the
It's hard
galaxy
to
itself
Yeah, the galaxy.
is moving.
It's hard to understand.
Yeah, it is. It's a very big concept. So, discovered by Michael Liu of the Institute of Astronomy at the University of Hawaii, they found rogue planet PSO J318.5-22.
Alright.
A sexy and memorable name.
Yeah, that's the name.
If ever there has been one. The planet is very young, at 12 million years old. To give you some perspective, Earth is 4 billion years old. So that's a significant difference, whose math I'm not doing right now. It was found accidentally while Michael Liu's team was searching for red dwarfs, which are
Small
like semi-failed stars.
that are falling.
Yeah.
What our sun will eventually produce.
It's 6 times the mass of Jupiter. It is 100 billion times fainter in optical light than the planet Venus, which is the brightest planet that we can see. It goes the Sun, the Moon, and Venus in terms of brightness to the naked, to any optical viewing platform. For more on this, I think that we're going to give our good friend Dr. Tom a call.
Hello?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
All right, Tom, can you hear us all right?
Yes.
So
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, we hear you just fine, buddy.
We were talking about planet PSO J318.5-22, a shiny new free-floating planet that I guess
Yeah,
was
it's by the
discovered.
name, isn't it?
There's sexy names on planets these days. Do you know anything about this one?
Yeah, it's, like you said, basically a planetary-sized body that's been found just freely floating in space. It has a spectral type what's called a spectral type. It's L8, which is a measure of its temperature. So it's a very cold object. And let's see, it has, I think it's about 5 times the mass of Jupiter, if I remember correctly.
6 times, I saw.
What?
I saw 6 times. But that's just what I saw on the internet. I'd take it at your word at 5.
So yeah, and it's very similar to another system that we actually find that is a planet within another stellar system.
You mean Jupiter? It's very similar to Jupiter?
No, this is an extrasolar system. I forget the name of it.
Oh, another solar system.
Yeah, it's like HD899 something or something like that.
Again, with
another
the
great
sexy
name.
names.
It's
Yeah.
easy to remember.
I love how we name planets. It
It's
just works
great.
out
Well,
marvelously.
There's so many of them. I guess we got to call them what we can. So, anything else going on in space?
Oh, there's always a lot going back on in space. Most of all the agencies are back up and running after the shutdown.
Yeah, did that affect you
There
at
are
all?
2. What?
Did that have any impact on you and what you do?
Me personally, no, I wasn't affected. I do know a number of researchers who were, whether it was canceled telescope time or unable to go to conferences.
That canceled telescope time. That's got to be a major disappointment for people.
That's a big one. Not going to conference. That's really not that big of a deal.
The big conference is going on. I don't remember which conference it is, but there's a big conference coming up that gets to go on. I heard that.
What was that?
There's a big conference coming up. I can't remember the name of it, but that gets to go on now, and it wasn't going on. All right, it had been planned to be canceled, but apparently it's still going on. I don't know.
I'm totally lost.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that were sort of in limbo for a while. A lot of the astronomical organizations kind of were running on funding that they already had. So if it continued for longer, they would then be affected.
Oh, so it got wrapped up before anything like major got missed?
Well, some things weren't running. Like anything directly under NASA wasn't running.
Right.
Though the planet's still here, nothing hit it. So
Yeah, thank God. That would be one way to end a shutdown.
yeah, it sure would. While we weren't looking at the sky,
Yeah,
boom.
that'd be when it happens. Well, Tom, thanks for weighing in with us. We're going to let you go
Oh, you're
on
welcome.
and move along with the news.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome. Talk to you guys later.
Was he in a wind tunnel?
I think he was driving in a car.
I hope he was on his headphones, so I screamed boom.
Yeah, poor guy. He's
Whoops.
probably never going to talk to us again. So
Sorry, Dr. Tom.
it's been good talking to you, Tom. we hope you'll come back again. I almost promise Corey won't scream in your ear ever again, but I think we all know
Really? You
that would be
that?
retarded. So a couple of closing points on sexy named planet PSO J318.5-22.
Listen, ISO planet, dark, sunless, lifeless rock of no home with evil intent and origin. If this isn't a sci-fi fucking movie, dude, Stacy, go. Get on it. This
Actually,
is right near Rock House.
for
Get
anybody
it, Rock House?
anybody who's sorry, anybody who's ever watched Star Trek Enterprise through the entire series and happens to remember the episode, there was actually an episode where they were on a rogue planet. And it was a retarded episode because not only did this planet, it was a rogue planet, which means that it doesn't have a star, but it was full of plant life and even some animal life.
Yeah.
Little thing about plants.
Well, see, the counter argument would be life as we understand it.
They were plants.
All right, fair enough.
They were earth plants.
What if they're silicate based?
They looked like our plants. They were green. Why would a dark planet's life forms, even if they could have life on a dark planet, it wouldn't be colored life.
Why would anything be in color?
There would be no need for everything would be translucent. You wouldn't need any kind of sunscreen to keep your internal organs safe, like sunscreen in the form of skin or green
plants, because chlorophyll makes energy for plants.
But where's it going to get the light from?
Yeah,
it's a retarded episode of Star Trek already was made.
But this could be a movie.
It
Fuck
could
Star
be.
Trek and a shitty hour episode of a sci-fi series nobody watched with Scott Bakula.
It could be a movie.
Maybe 3 people watched.
Except that it's a gas planet, so you can't even land on it because it is lacking a key feature to perform a landing on.
Okay, but we have a jumping off point. Stop fucking not selling it and start upselling it.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
It's called
not
fiction, dude.
It's not a good.
It's science fiction. You an upstory, rogue planet, hidden from light, hidden from any kind of life. Origins of evil. Earthquake happens. The rocks fucking explode.
There's no rocks. It's a gas planet.
You fucking who cares? It's a gas planet. You pretend it's not a gas planet. It's fiction.
Well, if we're just pretending,
it's
then
science fiction.
If we're gonna just pretend, then Star Trek already did that, and it had plant life.
Oh my god! I didn't say make a documentary about it. God, you're such a literal fuck.
I was trying to close up this story with a few more quick facts about what make this.
Trying to have some fun.
I know.
And you shit on it because you're the fun police.
Yes, I am the fun police, here to stop all your fun and pretending that we're going to land on a gas planet.
Oh my god!
It doesn't have any land. It can't land there.
Suspension of disbelief. Science fiction. Why don't you get this?
I get it. I do. I promise I know what science fiction is. Here's what makes this planet so interesting. Because it's completely free of any kind of star system, how did it get made? Planets commonly form as star systems form. The matter created by the suns condenses over time, but this doesn't have a sun. There's 2 popular schools of thought on this. One is that the planet was expelled from a solar system, the most likely guilty party being the Beta Pictoris system. And the other school of thought is that it could have formed all by its lonesome when a supermassive gas cloud collapsed, giving it an origin story similar to that of a failed star, although much smaller. So that's all the fun science I got on the gas planet that we cannot land on.
God, I hate you so much, Earth. I have fun planet fucking facts.
Oh!
Oh, no, screw you.
Let's hear
fun
them.
For you now.
No,
You
let's
should go
hear
sit
your
in the
fun
corner,
planet
you
facts.
Wife. We have now discovered over 1,000 exoplanets. Recent discovery of 11 new finds from the UK's wide-angle search for planets, aka the WASP.
Oh, that's a nice acronym they've
Yeah,
got there.
buddy.
I think somebody might already have that.
Abel Mendez of the planetary habitual. I'm sorry, what? At the University of Puerto Rico. Planetary habitability.
Habitability.
Habitability, is that what I'm looking at?
Habitability is the word you're trying to say.
Thank you, sir.
You're
'Cause
welcome.
I couldn't fucking pull it together. I could not string
I
it.
saw that, heard
It
it.
couldn't happen. Whatever. University of Puerto Rico said that although the number has rapidly increased in recent years due to the lack of funding, this figure is much lower than it could be. There's more out there.
I'm pretty satisfied myself with 1,000. I mean,
and 10.
1,010?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a full tally, 1,010.
That's a nice round number.
The big thing about the exoplanets is that they're potentially habitable.
Can we get there?
Well,
who cares then? And I don't mean to say that like I don't care, because I do care. I would like to have my previous statement stricken from the record.
I thank you.
I take back my apathetic moment.
You're fucking asswipe. Potential life, livable planets. And you're like, can we get there? Maybe something's already there. Fuck you.
Well, you know what? I would be just as satisfied if we found concrete evidence that there was life on one of those planets. Like, is life, not was, is.
The out of those 12 out of those 100,000 and
1,010.
Yeah, thank you for my numbers. Thank you. 12 out of the 1,010 are inhabitable, or
Potentially inhabitable.
And they're ranked on a scale called the Earth Similarity Index, ESI.
A very creative name.
Earth scoring a perfect score of 1.00.
Makes sense.
Mars, just for measurability, Mars scores a 0.64. Similarity Earth to Earth in the Earth Similarity Index.
You had Jupiter too, which is nothing like Earth.
0.16.
Okay.
0.16.
So to give you an idea, a gas giant such as Jupiter, 0.16. A rock
I think
planet.
that's because it is in fact a planet.
A rock planet. What? 1/3 the size of Earth, or 2/3 the size of Earth is Mars.
1/3.
Is it 1/3? A rock.
Not smaller.
Mars gets a 0.64.
Because it's also a planet. It's close to the sun and it's made of rock.
And Earth gets a 1.0. So what's a good number for one of these exoplanets?
The highest on the scale is number 1 is the Kepler-62e, which ranked in on a whopping 0.83 on the ESI meter.
That is 83% similarity to Earth. That's pretty goddamn close.
It doesn't look unlike Earth either. Way bigger. Way bigger.
How much bigger? Do you know?
I'd have to look up that number.
I would like to know that number. But not at the cost of slowing this down any further.
Yeah, fair enough. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It is 5 times larger than Earth.
That's significant. Gonna make it a little difficult to walk around on the surface of that planet.
That might contribute for some of the 0.85 difference.
Yeah.
It was the size of the bastard. Just so we know that if you want to get on your friendly neighborhood spacecraft station and jump onto one of these interstellar vehicles.
Oh, how do we get there?
You're gonna be there for a fucking while.
How many miles? This is a while.
370 parsecs.
Oh, we used to smoke womp rats. Like 240 parsecs.
370 parsecs, which really does sound like Star Trek measurement, doesn't it?
It was Star Wars.
Whatever.
They called it a measurement of time.
What's that?
Yeah, it was a terrible scripting error. Mostly, I think they just didn't know any better. But how far is that, please? Put it in terms that I can wrap my monkey brain around.
3.26 light years, or about 19 trillion miles.
That is a lot of miles.
So 370 times 19 trillion.
Is a big number. Big number.
Numbers that I don't have a calculator that reaches.
So I feel safe to say that is our talk about space for the day.
Rogue planets that somebody needs to write a story about, even though you're curmudgeon, and possibly habitable exoplanets. Good science talk.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's good science news for the day.
Now, we had talked about doing a little segment that we wanted to call This Week on the Pod. Do you feel like we want to do this?
Screw it, we're running out of time. We'll do it next week.
All right. Next week, we're going to have a brand new segment. It's going to be a well-organized, well-oiled machine called This Week on the Pod, in which we will discuss the podcasts that we listen to. It's not going to take the place of headline news, so don't worry. We're still going to have that tasty tidbit for you.
Oh, I'm sure they were.
I know that they were like, oh my God, they're going to replace headline news.
No, it's not.
Never going to happen. We have a piece of production that introduces headline news, and we're never going to stop using it. So,
if this becomes a real segment, I will make this production for this.
Oh, hell yeah, man. We'll have we'll get a rapper or something to rap about it.
Only you. I don't know what you and all you're wanting to do all this rap production. I don't know what this is about.
I'm letting out my inner black. My inner urbanite.
Keep your pants on.
I'm going to continue to go with the inner urbanite. So anyway, folks, we hope that you have enjoyed this fine production of AirWreckRadio, brought to you tonight by the Hideaway Brewery, sponsored by Keystone. Next week, this doesn't really do you folks any good, but it's going to be good for us because the Hideaway Brewery's Mixed Berry Light will be ready for consumption by next week's show. So that's good for us. Doesn't really do anything for you. Thanks for joining us. Check us out on Stitcher, on iTunes. Check us out on ROC Podcasts. While you're on ROC Podcasts, check out the many other fine podcasts available to you. Podcasts like Average White Men. Podcasts like Shoot to Thrill. Podcasts like The Sound of Tomorrow. Also, Second Prince is there now, so we've been drumming them down your throat for a while. Check them out on ROC Podcast as well. Thanks for joining us on AirWreckRadio. Good night.
There's nothing to do around here, and if there was, well, I wouldn't try. Taking my comforts, taking good care of me, sitting down in my easy chair, taking a sip of my sassafras tea. Now wouldn't you know it, there goes the phone again. It's probably just another wrong number, but someone tried to sell me something I can't even see. Well, I got the solution, how to deal with this insanity. Just sit down in my easy chair and take a big sip of my sassafras tea.
to extend a very special thanks to Kevin McLeod, Incompect.com, freesounds.org, Audacity Software, GIMP graphic editors, all our band friends, our guests tonight, my dear friend Stacy, and all you, our loyal listeners.
I guess I should shake a leg, climb in my car and roll downtown. Check out the city lights, all decked out in a tux and a tie. But I'm sitting in my easy chair, taking a sip of my sassafras tea. Now wouldn't you know it, oh, here come my neighbor Jim. He got the willies and the worries on his mind, and the weight of the world putting pressure on his spine. Well, I got the solution. I know how to set him free. Set him down in my easy chair and give him a sip of my sassafras tea.